Well, that's it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. The good news is we're back next week and we've got lots of garden inspiration, terrific edibles and so many good hints and tips. It's all about making gardening easy. If you want to know anything more from today's show, all you have to do is simply visit our website. You can download fact sheets and get all sorts of information. Or you can become a friend on Facebook and ask your questions. We do answer them. I'm Trevor Cochran. I'll see you with all the gang next week for the Garden Gurus. Yum.
This is 9 News, first at 5 with Alicia Loxley.
Good afternoon. South Australia's lockdown will be lifted at midnight tonight as the state continues to battle a COVID-19 outbreak. Authorities have also revealed fresh information about the investigation into the lie that sparked it. Mike Lorigan has the details.
The fallout from yesterday's lockdown lie and the subsequent police investigation into it continues. Authorities have today revealed more information about the person of interest at the heart of it. The kitchen hand at the Stamford Plaza Medi Hotel who did it is a 36-year-old Spanish man on a temporary graduate visa due to expire mid-December. The investigation is in its early stages, but detectives are already pursuing multiple lines of inquiry.
We are interested in speaking to at least 2 other people who we believe can assist us with our inquiries, and my investigators will be making contact with those in due course.
The 36-year-old's lie to contact tracers that he was infected by simply purchasing a pizza from the Woodville Pizza Bar when in fact he worked there greatly exacerbated the risk, and authorities were forced to act, and today they defended their decision.
We've listened to the health experts. They presented us with information. We acted swiftly and decisively to keep the people of South Australia protected.
They've revealed one new case, a close contact of the Parafield cluster who was already in hotel quarantine. 19,000 tests were carried out yesterday, a record for South Australia.
If anyone's been keeping track of how many tests are done in very large states like Victoria and New South Wales, you'll appreciate what this number really means.
And today, while we were still in lockdown, an easing of the harsh restrictions brought some relief, with South Australians allowed out for 2 hours of exercise.
But it's awesome to be able to walk down the beach.
The last lockdown, it kind of disappeared, but this one was really hard.
Liberated, don't we?
Yeah.
Very happy to be out having a walk and enjoying the fresh air and the freedom.
The lockdown as it stands will end midnight tonight, where a raft of restrictions will be eased and South Australians will be able to leave their homes.
And as South Australians count down to that lockdown lifting, it's feared some of the tough restrictions announced earlier in the week will still apply. For more on this, let's go live to Edward Godfrey at Henley Beach. Edward, what's today been like there?
Well, it's been a lot better, Alicia, than it has been for most of this week. Here at Henley Beach, this has been a popular spot for people to get out and get some outdoor exercise, taking advantage of those changes which were rushed through with immediate effect following those announcements a couple of days ago. But the countdown really is on for midnight tonight. That's when a lot of people will rediscover those freedoms, and there are a lot of them. There's a long list, and some of them include we're allowed to have people over our houses again, but there's a cap on 10 people per household. Weddings are back on with a cap on 150 guests allowed at those weddings. Funerals and private functions, they are capped at 50 also. Most businesses are back in business, but salon and beauty workers must wear masks. Pubs, restaurants and cafes and the like, they can resume with a limit of 1 person per 4 square metres and a maximum of 100 people. Gyms, well, they can reopen too. Lots of people looking forward to that. Places of worship have a 100-person cap. Major supermarkets will return to normal trading hours. They've sent through those details today. Childcare is back and schooling will resume on Monday. School sport will bounce back too, but not community sport. Authorities who spoke today say that's due to traceability.
School sports involve a very discrete group of children, usually, obviously, from 2 different schools, but all of those people are usually in close contact, and we can isolate them and identify them very quickly.
Alicia, authorities say we can get back to COVID normal on December 1, provided we have no nasty surprises before then.
That is good news. OK, Edward, thank you. Well, after decades of debate, Melbourne will soon join other international cities in having an airport rail link connecting the suburbs to Tullamarine. Reid Butler is in the newsroom. Reid, good afternoon to you. Take us through the details.
Alicia, once complete in 2029, services to the airport will run every 10 minutes through the new metro tunnel. It will be on the Cranbourne-Pakenham line, the city's most popular, so that will run directly to Tullamarine. New tracks will be built from the upgraded rail hub at Sunshine to the the airport, and more than 30 stations across the network will provide a direct trip. But the vast majority of other commuters will only have one interchange from their closest station. Now, this project costs a lot, $10 billion. The state and federal government are each pitching in $5 billion, and it will take just under half an hour to get to this airport from the CBD once complete. Interestingly, the Skybus, the system Melbourne has in place now, actually takes less time than that, just over 20 minutes, and the opposition has grabbed onto that today. Here's Premier Daniel Andrews on the announcement, followed by Opposition Leader Michael O'Brien.
This has been talked about for decades. The fact that it's going to become a reality because of our partnership is a proud moment and a very important moment.
Who spends $10 billion on building a train that takes you longer to get to the airport than Skybus? But that's exactly what Daniel Andrews is announcing. A 30-minute train compared to a 22-minute Skybus Express service.
Well, the Premier said today the airport link will be far more accessible to suburban Melburnians than the Skybus. Also announced today a $4 billion upgrade of the Geelong line. New track will be built between Werribee and Laverton, and it will slash 15 minutes off travel time between the two cities. The total commute reduced to just 50 minutes. Construction on that project is due to start in 2023.
All right, Reid, great stuff, thank you. Victoria has delivered a 22nd straight day of no new infections or deaths, the number of active cases dropping to just one. But as Elizabeth Moss explains, a testing blitz is now underway with fragments of the virus detected.
Well, this is one of 5 local testing sites in the western suburbs where there's been a slow stream of residents throughout today after fragments of coronavirus were found in the wastewater in Altona, despite it being some 8 weeks since somebody in the area had COVID-19. It means anyone who lives in or who's visited Altona, Altona Meadows, Laverton, Point Cook and Sanctuary Lakes from Monday the 16th to Wednesday the 18th of November, if they have symptoms, they're being urged to get tested. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean someone in the community has COVID-19.
Could mean that there is someone in the community that we've missed. It could mean that someone has been travelling through the community.
The testing blitz is being done out of an abundance of caution. Today, the state recording another day of 00 new figures. The active cases down to just 1.
Particularly the elderly, it does take a long time to shake this really infectious and nasty virus. This particular person is making a slow but steady recovery.
And after 22 days of 0 cases, all eyes are on tomorrow when Victoria is expected to ease restrictions once again. Also expected tomorrow a decision on whether masks will be mandatory when outside.
The Prime Minister has labelled the Afghan report disturbing and distressing after it found credible information Special Forces troops committed up to 39 murders during the war. It recommends 19 current and former soldiers face criminal investigation. Responding to the findings for the first time, Scott Morrison says he's anxious about the mental well-being of the many veterans who served in Afghanistan and did the right thing.
Every time they go out into the community, every time that they might be at a remembrance service or something like that, I want Australians to look at them in the eye the same way they used to, with nothing more than respect and thanks, because that is exactly what they deserve.
The Prime Minister confirmed preparations were made ahead of the report's release in response to concerns about reprisals from extremists. Scott Morrison is currently in 14 days of isolation following his return from Japan last week. A woman has been charged, accused of stabbing her son in Sydney's East overnight. Grace Fitzgibbon has the details.
Police were called to Dromalbyn Road and Bellevue Hill just before 2 this morning following reports a man had been stabbed. They arrived to find the 22-year-old with 3 stab wounds to his back, arm and shoulders. Wounds police will allege were inflicted by his own mother. Police stopping the 55-year-old woman from interfering while paramedics worked to stop his bleeding.
Jamie! Jamie!
The mother's screams echoing down the street just before 2 this morning.
I heard a woman's voice shouting, first of all quietly, then increasingly loudly.
The 22-year-old was rushed to hospital in a critical condition while his mother was arrested and taken in for questioning. Doctors say the man is now stable and that his condition has improved significantly today. His mother remains in police custody.
3 men have been taken into custody after a dramatic arrest in Melbourne's southeast. Police were called to St Kilda just after 11:30 when a stolen vehicle was spotted. Witnesses say police used excessive force to restrain the men.
They had a guy pinned on the ground, five cops on one bloke. He's frothing from the mouth, screaming in just absolute agony. His face is bright red, and it took 45 minutes for them to call an ambulance.
One of the men was taken to hospital under police guard. A West Australian father cleared of murdering his pregnant girlfriend wants police investigated over alleged planted evidence. Scott Ostick spent more than a decade in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Louise Rennie has the story.
Scott Ostick has always maintained he's no killer, but it's taken 13 years, 2 trials and 2 appeals to finally clear his name. A Supreme Court jury yesterday found the father of 2 not guilty of murdering his secret lover Stacey Thorne in 2007.
It's quite an extraordinary feeling, actually. Yeah, I'm on a bit of a high at the moment.
Stacey Thorne was stabbed 21 times in her Boddington home southeast of Perth while pregnant with Ostick's unwanted baby. He spent more than a decade in jail for the crime before he was finally granted a retrial amid explosive claims of police corruption. His lawyers accused detectives of planting crucial evidence, including the alleged murder weapon, to frame him, claims they categorically denied. There were ugly scenes after the verdict, Stacey Thorne's loved ones lashing out at Ostick's supporters outside court. Police called in to control the crowds while he slipped out a back exit. While one family's nightmare is finally over, for another, it's just beginning.
We want someone held responsible, yes, we do. We want justice.
Stacey Thorne's family now left wondering if Scott Ostick isn't the killer, who is?
Well, speculation of a delayed start to next year's Australian Open is mounting, with the Victorian government yet to commit to the planned January 18 start date. Some reports suggest the Grand Slam tournament could be pushed back as far as April, with the junior schedule already postponed.
I'm very confident that we'll have an Aussie Open in the early part of next year. The exact timing of it, the exact arrangements we put in place, they're not settled yet.
Talks between tennis officials and the government are ongoing. All right, still to come this afternoon, another member of Donald Trump's inner circle tests positive to coronavirus. A gunman opens fire inside a shopping mall in the US. A major milestone for a cricketer living with MND, notching up his 300th game.
In 9 News tonight, the extraordinary video of a crazed driver in peak Brisbane traffic. Wait to see his dramatic city takedown. Schoolies start checking in for the annual Rite of Passage event. Trump finds a new group to blame for his election loss. And aptly named Opal, the Pacific, set to break records when it goes under the hammer. 9 News at 6.
If you're looking to buy a property, stop tapping on walls and get a free ANZ Property Profile Report, so you'll know how much a property could sell for. Get on top of property buying with ANZ Buy Ready.
$1 upsize deal on Australian-made mattresses and ensembles now at Harvey Norman. Purchase a selected Australian-made queen-size mattress or ensemble from King Coil, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker, Beauty Rest or Body Balance, and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. Plus, buy on 60 months interest-free and receive a bonus gift card valued at up to $500. Harvey Norman, supporting Australian-made and local manufacturing with $1 upsize deal on selected Australian-made mattresses and ensembles. Limited time only at Harvey Norman.
Look around. As the favourites come out, it begins. Observing with an eagle eye. Mastering the art of stashing. Oh, brilliant Irv Grant. Cadbury favourites. Everyone gets their favourites.
Solar rebates reduce in January, so confirm your lowest price today on the huge 6.6 kilowatt premium Sunboost Maxi Saver system. Still only $33.81. Ends November 30, no extensions.
Call 1300 Sunboost.
When you don't want to leave your car, choose Domino's new car park delivery for no extra charge. Try it with the barbecue meat lovers from $4.95 on the Domino's app. Maximum one per order.
Take
Take control with the Remington Quick Room Body and Back Roomer. The dual-sided blade provides ultra-close trimming for a smooth look. Easily reach back hair and use wet or dry. Remington's Quick Room Body and Back Roomer. Available only at Shaver Shop.
It's Black November at Nick Scali. We must clear our floor stock and discontinued lines. Lounges reduced, dining tables reduced, dining chairs reduced, and much more. Limited stock, limited time. Black November at all Nick Scali stores. Hurry.
The Aussie women.
Police officers were coming on the plane. They had guns.
Snatched from a flight home.
All females need to disembark.
Stripped and violated.
And she goes, we need to remove your underwear. I don't... Why? Like, why?
A nightmare. Much, much worse.
It's a total violation of your body.
Than anyone thought.
I was worried if I said no, what's going to happen to me in this country?
On 60 Minutes.
A dramatic police chase has unfolded during peak hour in Brisbane as a Camry ploughed through traffic before mounting other cars and then screaming through a red light. After destroying the car, the 20-year-old driver took off on foot through the Botanic Gardens with officers on trail bikes hot on his tail. The man faces 10 charges, including dangerous operation of a motor vehicle and driving without a licence. Well, another member of Donald Trump's inner circle has been infected with coronavirus, with his son now testing positive. The US president, meantime, is continuing to claim the election isn't over, launching a new attack. US correspondent Amelia Adams.
Announcing drug pricing reforms today, the president was very quick to attack drug companies for sabotaging his election campaign. He claims they deliberately held off announcing coronavirus vaccine news.
So they waited and waited and waited, and they thought they'd come out with it a few days after the election. And it would have probably had an impact. Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have. I'm sure they would have found the ballot someplace, the Democrats.
Insisting once again that he has won this election with a list of groups he says were working against him.
Big Pharma ran millions of dollars of negative advertisements against me during the campaign, which I won, by the way, but, you know, we'll find that out. Almost 74 million votes. We had Big Pharma against us. We had the media against us. We had Big Tech against us. We had a lot of dishonesty against us.
The president then met with lawmakers from Michigan. He invited here to the White House in what many fear is a move to pressure or influence them not to certify the votes in their state in favour of Joe Biden. The White House insists it is just a routine meeting. The president-elect, meantime, Joe Biden, met with leading Democrats in Delaware.
My Oval Office, you're mi casa, you casa.
Joe Biden turns 78 today. That will make him the oldest American president in history on Inauguration Day, which is exactly 2 months from now.
A gunman remains at large in the US after opening fire inside a shopping mall near Milwaukee. One witness claimed to hear as many as 12 gunshots as terrified shoppers and staff tried to flee the centre. 8 people were injured, including a teenager. A Melbourne cricketer battling MND has notched up a major milestone, playing his 300th game for his local Melbourne club. Teammates formed a guard of honour as Brad Menterplay took to the field.
I said when I got diagnosed, all I want to do is
play 300 games. You're here.
While the neurodegenerative disease is affecting his muscles and speech, the club stalwart still notched up an impressive 14 runs. Very impressive indeed. All right, up next, a look at the day's sport. As the Aussies prepare for a hectic summer of cricket, they've got a fierce rival in their sights.
Dr. Disgrace.
Some of them have described you as a monster.
I'd say he's more than a monster. He's quite sick.
Do you think you should be paying them compensation?
80 women demanding compensation from Les Blackstock.
We have an impeccable safety record.
A heartless animal. He butchered so many women.
A terrible trail of destruction that Dr. Blackstock has left.
Banned from practice. Now he just ducks for cover.
This is one of the worst cases of cosmetic surgery that I've seen.
A current affair next week.
Flavor you can touch. Flavor is a must. Flavor just for me. Flavor you can see. Shapes
Shapes Chicken Palmy.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands in Australia, looks after more than 1.8 million customers and can be found in over 500 locations nationwide. So try Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
Rule the outdoors with the Makita LXT range of brushless outdoor power equipment. Take control of your lawn without the need for petrol. Give your garden a professional finish with less noise. Cut hardwood down to size with more power. Now with a 5-year limited warranty on new cordless products. Makita, when power means business.
Guess who's back? But you never left. Yes, I did. I rose from the dead. And I'm here to slay them with flows and some punchlines that'll go over your head. Drop, turn back, I'm a caution in red.
Go full Christmas with decorations for less. Aldi. Good. Different.
Here comes another scorching Aussie summer. Look out, it's the beach blowout. The melted mess. The Neapolitan. The Mozzie Massacre. And the toss and turn. Whatever summer throws your way, you can relax with Rinnai Cooling. Delivering both efficiency and performance to create a healthier way of living. Visit rinnai.com.au for total home comfort.
We're taking you inside the fight to save Aussie sport.
The outcry was immense.
The Sporting Bubble, Sunday at 3 on 9.
Australian all-rounder Marcus Stoinis says the Aussies have been working on a few plans for Indian superstar Virat Kohli ahead of the upcoming White Ball series.
We've definitely got our strategies. We've had things that have worked in the past, and other times the same plans haven't worked, and he's made some runs. So on the day you get extra competitive, and you hope that it all falls in your side of the court.
The first one-dayer gets underway in Sydney on Friday. Well, the Wallabies are just a couple of hours away from tonight's crucial rugby championship clash against Argentina. Australia is wary of the Pumas, who are full of confidence after an upset win over the All Blacks.
We're aware of the Argentinian threats, so we know they're going to be hard at the breakdown. We know we've got to kick better than the All Blacks did in that test.
A win would put the Wallabies on top of the rugby championship ladder. Tennis now, and Novak Djokovic has made it to the final 4 of the ATP finals in London following a hard-fought straight sets victory over Alexander Zverev. The Serbian closed out the second set and the match with an impressive tiebreak. He will now face Austrian Dominic Thiem in tomorrow's semi-final. All right, and that is a taste of the day's sport for you. Your Sunday weather forecast is up next. But first, here's a look at what's coming up in tonight's 9 News at 6 o'clock.
Tonight in 9 News, a beat-up Camry ploughs through city traffic, mounting other cars and screaming through a red light. Schoolies at Noosa, the Sunshine Coast, braces for a bender. The Prime Minister's plea to all Australians in the wake of the damning Afghan inquiry. Should police be forced to turn on their body-worn cameras? The power promise for home buyers at a new southeast estate. And the new tool in the fight to save injured koalas. All the day's top stories in detail in 9 News at 6.
Australia, this is it.
The Block Grand Finale auction.
Gold, who will claim top of the block?
Sunday on 9.
Freshen up your bed with Tempur at Domain. Tempur Queen mattresses start from $1,988. Plus, buy any Tempur Queen or King mattress and receive a bonus Thermocool mattress protector pack. But wait, there's more. Add a Tempur Zero G adjustable base from just $999 when you purchase with a compatible Tempur mattress. Take advantage of 60 months interest-free and receive a bonus gift card up to $500. Freshen up with a great Tempur deal now at Domain.
2020. It made us stay true to what we're really for. We're for not letting anything stop them getting the early learning they deserve. We're Good Start. We're not for profit, so we can do more for children.
Let us entertain you with more live Sky Racing Vision. Now with an all-new watch and bet experience. Make a date with the edge of your seat this spring. TAB, long may we play.
Gamble responsibly.
Check out Catch, where everyday Aussies save big on Christmas gifts, like LeBron's Games, Delta's Wood Drum, Salva's Kayak, and Jude's Saw. For thousands of Christmas bargains, everyday Aussies, check out Catch.
It's Black November at Nick Scali. We must clear our floor stock and discontinued lines. Up to 30, 40, and 50% off. Our floor stock must go. Limited stock, limited time. Black November at all Nick Scali stores. Hurry.
Here comes another scorching Aussie summer. Look out, it's the beach blowout. The melted mess. The Neapolitan. The Mozzie Massacre. And the toss and turn. Whatever summer throws your way, you can relax with Rinnai Cooling, delivering both efficiency and performance to create a healthier way of living. Visit rinnai.com.au for total home comfort.
Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, Antonio Banderas, and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah!
Shrek 2, tonight on Night Go.
This weather report brought to you by Rinnai. Whatever summer throws your way, relax with Rinnai Cooling in total home comfort.
To the weather details for you now, and a pair of troughs stretching across the country are triggering storms and showers over parts of WA, South Australia and New South Wales. But it's been a dry start to the weekend for all southern capitals. Brisbane reached a mostly sunny top of 30. It's been mild in Hobart, 22. Melbourne reached 26 under mostly cloudy skies. And it's been extremely hot in Adelaide with a top of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, showers and storms are set to develop in the country's southeast. Melbourne is only forecast to drop to 19 overnight and warming up to 29 tomorrow, with showers most likely from the afternoon, up to 8 millimetres and a possible storm. From a low of 23, Adelaide is heading for 34 with storms and showers later in the day. 25 degrees in Sydney with a possible shower. Light showers in Hobart and 21 tomorrow. Canberra should reach 30 degrees with up to 3 millimetres. Brisbane's weather is on repeat, 30 and mostly sunny again. And in the west, Perth is heading for a sunny top of 29 degrees. And that is Nine's afternoon news. Our next bulletin is coming up for you at 6 o'clock. Thanks for your company.